Don't do any fists. No fists in the air.
Ready here?
Far left.
Yodel to yodel. Everyone says you don't do films with animals and kids, but I've sort of made a career out of it. And I guess I'm the stupidest guy around. But, I have 6 dogs of my own. And so I wasn't as intimidated as I should have been about doing a film where every other scene you've got 7 and sometimes up to 80 dogs on the set at the same time.
We went all over the country. We found tons and tons of dogs, sent their pictures to Hollywood, where there was like a casting call that went on, and they said, we like this dog and this dog and this dog. It's movie magic. This is our hero team. This is one of our lead dogs. This is Crazy Cody, and he plays Demon. Then behind him we have Mac and Diesel, which are twins. And one has a brown eye and a blue eye, and the other guy has 2 blue eyes. Then over here we have, this is Duchess, the blonde. This is Scooper. We have Yodel and Snip. And these are our wheel dogs. Yodel's having himself a snowball, a little icy. And Snip is doing what he does best, sniffing.
Little Nana, our border collie, and Brian have found an incredible bond together. Brian is a major volleyball player. He threw the ball up in the air once, and all of a sudden it came down. She ran right underneath it and went bam, and hit it right back up to Brian. Everybody stopped and couldn't believe it. She loved to play ball with him.
Ready, girl? Oh, very good.
We also have several mushing teams. We have Thunderjack's team.
Okay.
And then we also have 12 dogs playing Olivier's dogs. And of course they all have to look different, and they all have their specialties.
In the movie, they're all supposed to be dog sled dogs that have been trained. And for the film, they recruited dogs that were just domesticated dogs. So they had to teach these dogs everything 2 weeks before they started mushing.
We had what we called sledding school. And every day Cuba and Tierra Turner, his longtime stunt double, would go off into the mountains with the dogs, and they would sled. You cannot steer a sled. You can barely stop it. All you can do is release the dogs and hang on for dear life.
Beautiful. Ride it, keep your speed under control till just you are right about here.
Okay.
Take a foot off the brake, let it freewheel to the corner. And I'm gonna go head down to the corner quickly and help you around if there's any problem, but I can't see you having any trouble. They're running fine.
I'll be down there, sir. This is what dreams are made of, boys, right here. Separate the men from the dogs. No pun intended, boys. A lot of times when you're going up a hill, you don't sit, because what happens is the dogs are still working to get your body weight up that hill. So you run with the sled and with the dogs, and when the dogs get tired, you have to really sense that, because if they get too exhausted at the top of the hill, then you're going to be going down the hill, hitting your brakes the whole time, because the dogs can't run, they're walking. So if you're helping them up the hill, and then when they get to the crest of the hill, when they're screaming down, now you're just riding them.
All you have to do is hang on. The dogs will tell you what to do. You just have to give them the verbal orders. They go right. If you yell G, you go ha. You go left, and you go hike to get them going. And then you say whoa, 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 and go down.
What happens is they have 2, 2, 2, and 2, right? And then this gang line that goes in between them with harnesses that spring off to each dog. And if a dog crosses that gang line, it can be very dangerous for the dog on the other side. You get tangled up and they get roped. After a while, this is how smart these dogs are. The dog would be on the gang line going and see the dog come over and go, ah, 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 and then be like, get over on your side of the gang line. But it wasn't like fighting the dog, it was more like, get over there. They were like arguing with each other, and the dog would be like, okay, fine.
The Demon, our lead dog, has like a beautiful black mask around his liquid powder blue eyes. We saw that face, we said, that's our man. He looks, at first glance, evil, especially when we got to know him, a very sweet animal.
To make a film like this is not something that's an easy thing to do. We've got a large crew and a lot of dogs and a lot of special effects that have to do with dogs.
Right now we're working on the animatronic version of Demon, which is a match for DJ, the real dog. Oh, and looks like we have the real guy, yeah. DJ himself. This character is innovative in the fact that we've now redesigned the eyelid mechanism to be flexible and create the same sort of shape change that a real dog can do. Trying to match the fur to the real animal. We're just about to add a new nose that will be a better match, I believe, to the match that we had previously.
I mean, it's amazing to watch these people put these dogs together. They have this scene where I'm laying on my back. The dog just jumped on me and he's like, ah, and he's trying to bite me and I'm holding him, and the whole time, for a minute, you convince yourself that it's a real dog. It's just really a trip.
If you've got the patience, you know, and if you've got the best people working with you, in this case, not only our wonderful crew, but the trainers, or in the case of the animatronic dogs, the puppeteers, at the end of the day, you're going to get some great stuff. You just have to be patient. You have to hang in there.
Each dog has a trainer. And at one time we had 90 dogs. Therefore we had 90 trainers. I mean, that's if you don't think that's a madhouse. Okay, bring them in. Which 90 do you want?
We might have had 30 dogs all barking at the same time. It's thunderous when you're hearing that. And then at those moments when we add to that the big fans, our ritters, that are blowing snow when we had to blow snow, and getting the dogs used to hearing that thunderous noise and the stuff coming at them, not from Mother Nature the way they love it, but at this huge fan off to the side. There's a tremendous amount of coordination in all of that.
It looks like our winner is going to be, once again, hey! Isn't that guy going the wrong way?
Drop it! Let go! Let go! No, not the jacket!
We're going to start off the stunt that we're doing today with Tier, Cuba's double, diving over the couch with the dogs chasing over after him, biting at him, and then we'll put Cuba in there, and he's going to also do a dive over, but towards camera. And then once he's on the ground, we'll have all the dogs jump on top of him and chew him up a little bit.
I think that the dogs are really professional. I love it when they stand on their marks, and then there's this little square cube, and then they don't stand on their mark, and their 2 feet like go right there, and they not beside it, not one in front, but both go, and then they wait.
Good, good, good. Speak, speak, good, speak.
One trainer for each dog, so they're all like, you know, they got all their hand signals. I find it so amazing because they're so gentle with the dogs, but they're firm with them.
Speak. Hey, watch me. Pay attention. Watch. Speak.
They feed them a lot. And it's so funny because I was like, you feed these dogs a lot, you think they get full after a while, and it's like, well, it isn't the fact that they're hungry. It's more like they see the food as a reward.
Good boy, good, right there. Good, that's a good boy.
Every once in a while, us actors will sit there and go, do we get a little cheese treat? Because we feel like the dogs are doing working just the same thing as we're doing.
And action's here.
I was attacked by 10 dogs in a scene where they destroy my jacket, but that was actually fun because they put meat packets into the jacket and feathers fly everywhere.
3, 2, 1, go!
Put that down! Put that down! Put it down! Put that down! No!
A lot of times when you see the activity that I do with dogs, they're games that the trainers have played with the dogs to get them to play with me, but it looks like they're attacking me.
Oh my goodness gracious! Hey, wait, let's all be cool. You know, if we all stay calm, there'll be no problems here today.
What we have done well is to try and capture things that really can happen. that are within the realm of possibility. We're not asking the bear to get up on a unicycle and ride around. We're asking him to run and be a predator, which he does very nicely.
Good stance,
ready?
stay. Do it.
And action, Cuba.
Good boy, stay. Good boy, Coda. Good here. Smile.
I'm a big
Good
bear
boy.
fan. The bear pretty much did what the bear wanted to do. Then if they did the scene real quickly, we'd have to wait for 20 or 30 minutes while he would wrestle his trainer. Because he was like, I'm out, I'm not going back in, and you just can't, that's it.
Coda is a 9-year-old Kodiak grizzly. Grizzly bears normally hibernate in the winter, so he should be sleeping, but he has work to do, so he's got to stay up. But it's harder to work him this time of year because he doesn't have the food drive. Coda in the summer will eat 70 to 80 pounds of food in a day. In the winter, it's down to about 10 to 15 pounds a day. When we're working, and especially a situation in the winter when there is not a lot of hunger drive on the bear, I use play as a reward. So if he does something, then I'll come in and I'll hug him and we'll wrestle a little bit, and he'll throw me around, and he feels good about it, and it's his reward.
My philosophy is that it will all happen eventually if we're patient, and you have to be lucky when you're working with animals, because sometimes I believe that they kind of get the feeling of what you want, and they'll do it just to be done with it. If the bear knows we want him to run that way, he'll go this way 4 times, and then he'll finally get it and do it, and then he'll just want to sit down and have some salmon.
At the end of the day, you have to believe that you're going to get it. And you do. You might have 9 or 10 takes that are absolutely atrocious. The dogs missed their marks, they walked out of the light, they stepped on an actor's line, but then it happens.
What we strive to do is believe that these are their instincts, their inner thoughts. That's what you're really trying to bring alive. And then if you can get them to do everything else, to cross and stop and bark and look and tilt their head and all that, that's just gravy.